Hey everybody, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to do a Fantasy Critic draft. Seen a few YouTube channels around, Easy Allies, kind of funny, do this before, and it looked like a lot of fun. So I grabbed 4 of my great friends, and we're going to go through and do this. So I am right here, Shimshazar. My publisher name is Untitled Games. Just for future reference, my name is not actually Shimshazar. Surprise, I know. It's Charlie, just if anyone calls me that. All right, and then we have Nick, aka Plugels. Nick, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a raccoon.
All right.
And my name isn't actually Nick, obviously. It's Plugels.
Good.
And yeah, I just really like raccoons. I need that to be at the forefront of what everyone knows about me at all times.
Okay, good. Great start. All right, then we've got Jason. Hello, Jason.
Hello, everyone. I will be long toss games in this little game of ours.
Okay, awesome. And then we've got Paul.
Hello, I am Paul the Owl. I'm not an owl, much to my disappointment. I also really like a particular animal. I'm doing esoteric sleeper hits because I'm convinced none of my friends know any of the games I play.
All right. And then Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I am dumb and wasn't sure what publisher meant, so I just wrote my name again.
Mick is perfect. It's perfect. All right, and that will be the order. I swear it's not rigged. We did one of those little wheels, and this is the order we got. Me, then Nick, then Jason, then Paul, and then Mike.
Mike, you can change your publisher name.
No, too late.
No.
All right. I just figured I'd make a
It's
suggestion.
Mike
Okay.
Jones Games by Mike, and it's Mike Games by Mike. That's what it is. You can't change that.
Oh, change publisher name. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do Mick.
Mick Jagger Games.
McGordon? Macintosh?
Okay, so now it's Mick Games. So,
Mick Games.
All
right.
Mick Games.
That won't
gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna click the start drafting button, and we'll do this.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
I'm ready for you guys to say, what's that game?
Okay, so the draft is currently in progress. It is your turn to draft. Select draft game under player actions in the sidebar. Okay. So, the first game, an indie-licious game, that's for sure, that I am picking, is Hollow Knight Silksong. The original, just an amazing game. And there's no reason that the second won't be. So, Hollow Knight Silksong. All right, Plugels.
Okay, so my first draft is going to be Psychonauts 2.
No.
Son of a... Yeah, we're both saying that.
I love the first one with such a passion. I really love the Milkman and everything he stands for. But I think this game is going to come out and do really well because it's been in development for a really long time. And the reason it's been in development for so long is because the developers, Double Fine, are trying to avoid crunch time as much as possible. So I think the people working on the game are going to be happier. They're going to put more of their heart and soul into it. And I think it's going to all pay off really well.
All right, Jason.
All right. So, hopefully this works. But my first game that I'll be drafting is going to be Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on, wait.
Is it not going
That's
to
a
let you?
big lie. It has been banned. It sells me.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
wrong.
because it's already technically out.
Yeah.
Never mind. So, as a different game, I will be selecting one of my favorite fighting games series, which will be coming out next year. Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, nice.
Great fighting game series, rock and roll music, and it's got anime in it, which, is great. So yeah, that's my first pick. That's all I have to say about that.
All right, cool. All right, Paul, you're up.
Let's see. I'm going to pick Warhammer 40k Darktide, mostly because I'm afraid that Jason might also want to pick that, and the rest of my games you guys probably haven't heard about. It's a game by Fat Shark Studios, I believe. Lovely little company. They made Vermintide 1 and 2. Honestly, don't know if they've made anything before that, but they're just a lovely little company over in Europe, and their games have very good combat, a lot of good community support, and long-term support. And I think it'll be pretty good when it comes out. It'll probably be something that I'll play with you guys for a good long time to come.
Cool.
So like that. Bam! Drafted it. Okay.
Nice. All right, Mike's up.
So I'm picking an indie game you've probably never heard of. It's God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, who makes that? Who makes that game?
Oh, this tiny little company. Anyway, no, but the reason I'm picking them is well, one, it's like my total personality of Norse stuff. And however, the first game was like game of the year, and it was one of those games that came out after E3 looking better than it did at E3, and I think maybe lightning can strike twice.
Yeah, definitely.
And it'll be another great one, and I hope so, because I really enjoyed the first, and I want to see what happens.
Cool. Good pick.
Thanks.
So it's still you, I think. I think it is going to do what I thought. It's going to go backwards now.
Oh, okay.
So you can pick a second one now.
Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. This one is not. I mean, it's. I guess you could still call it maybe an obvious one, but I'm gonna give my. I'm going with Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course.
Oh, nice.
I didn't even know they were making another Cuphead. That's
It's
wonderful.
an expansion.
That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
But when you're a animator and you love how silky smooth all that hand-drawn animation is, that looks so good. And also it's hard. It's just like so hard, and I hate that. But also I like it, and I'm glutton for pain. So.
All right,
back
so
to
it's me
Paul.
next.
Yep.
I'm going to start dipping into the esoteric territory, if you don't mind. I'm going with Scorn. Now, some people probably know what Scorn is, but the people that don't, it's made by Ebb Software. It is a first-person shooter exploration game inspired by the artwork of H.P. Geiger. It kind of looks like a Tool music video in motion is the best way to describe it. I think that it should be coming out this year, if industry rumors are correct. And if it does come out this year, I think it'll be a very fun experience. A little creepy, but
Awesome.
good experience overall.
Jason's
All
up.
right. So, to my surprise, that this game is still on the board. It was one of my favorite games that I ended up skipping when it originally came out. When I did play it, I ended up falling in love with its world. It's a very strange world with nomadic people and robot things. So my second game is Horizon: The Forbidden West.
Oh, that's a good
Nice.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up skipping it when it originally came out. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was going to be anything I'd be interested in. And then I think I picked it up on a sale later that year, and I ended up falling in love with it.
All right. Nick's up.
Bring me to Raccoon Heaven.
I'm also going to pick one that I'm surprised is still there, and that's going to be Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Nice.
Second one.
Obvious reasons why I think this game's going to be amazing, because these are some of my favorite games ever. But what I think is really going to get the critics going, I think they're really going to feel it in their nuggets, is the ways that I think all the weapons are going to use the DualSense haptic feedback.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
I think between the vibration and the triggers and everything that those beautiful controllers can do, I think Insomniac is going to come up with a lot of really creative and innovative ways to make that game immersive. And I hope at least one weapon either burps or farts, and I can feel that in my hands.
Nice.
Nick wants to feel farts in his hands. Guys, it can't just be dead silent after I say that.
My mic was muted and I didn't realize it, but I said, "You bet I do." I'm not ashamed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm back up. So the next one that I'm gonna do is a game from a studio who it's their third game, and I love both of the past games, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and A Way Out, games that really used co-op and controls in an awesome way. And I think their next game, It Takes Two, is definitely going to do that. It looks so funny. It looks so charming. Another co-op game. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, and it's going to be incredible. All right, and then it's me again. So the next one that I'm going to pick, another indie game, because I'm going in that direction, and I think all of these games are going to be knocks out of the park. This game is called 12 Minutes, a game that is going to be starring James McAvoy and Daisy Ridley, with Willem Dafoe narrating, I believe. It looks so awesome. Basically stuck in a time loop where a burglar comes in and kills your wife, and you've got to just replay that over and over and over until you find a way out of it. And that's just the kind of stuff that critics will eat right up, and I will too. Really looking forward to it. All right, Nick's back up.
I'm looking forward to that now too. But since I can't steal that, I'm gonna go with one that I know for a fact is going to be a success, again, because I don't like to take risks. And that's going to be Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Yeah.
Those
it's gonna be
games
fun.
are never not amazing.
Good choice.
Do. Click, click, and select.
Okay, Jason.
All right. So from beginning with Sam and Max, I have fallen in love with detective-style games, which led into LA Noire and other games such as that. And for some reason, there's a lot of games with bipedal animal detectives. I played
know
Chicken
you're
Police earlier this year, and I had a blast with that. And now I'm going to pick Backbone as my third pick. Backbone, Nick, you play a bipedal raccoon detective.
Stole that from you.
And it's Pixels, I believe, is the game, how it looks, the style of it. But I'm excited about it. I'm always excited about detective style video games. I think they're always interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will do well.
Nice.
Well, bipedal animals make the best detectives, because as everyone knows, you need 2 legs and grabbers to be a detective. And famously, raccoons are the only animals that have both of those things.
This is true. This is true.
It only makes sense.
That is correct. All right, Paul.
All right, I'm gonna have to pick. I sadly just realized one of my games is ineligible. So honorable mention to Industries of Titan by Brace Yourself Games. Apparently, they're in early access on the Epic Game Store. So for people that have that, if you like weird games that are a mix of building sims and FTL, I guess that would be a good place to check that out. I'm gonna have to go instead then with Humankind by Amplitude Studios. It is a Civ-like game made by the company that's made the Endless series, being Endless Legend, Endless Space, and Dungeons of the Endless. they're just really good at making strategy games that get you addicted to that one more turn kind of mentality where you just want to keep clicking. You just want to go, oh, I just got to see what happens on the next turn. I just got to, one more after that. Then I'll put it down for good. I can stop anytime I want. Like, they're that kind of a game. And I think they're gonna make a really good game. They have some sort of a early access thing going on right now, but not to the public yet. And I think once it hits the public, they're just gonna do great.
Nice.
On to you, Mick Games.
Thank you. Okay, so the game I'm gonna go with is something that I hope is really good. It's from, I believe it's Avalanche Software. Yeah, that's it. Is making Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice.
And it's all the fun of Hogwarts stuff. It's not during Harry Potter. It's like in the 1800s, I believe. And I am a sucker for magic and things like that. And I think that everybody who's ever seen the films has been like, I want to be there. And having an open world game that I think will be pretty sweet.
Awesome. And then you're back up again.
All right, here we go. The other game that I am picking is, let me type. Okay, it's from Blue 12 Studio. It is Stray.
Oh, nice.
Which is cats with backpacks. It's like Cyberpunk, except it's cats. And also not Cyberpunk, which is probably maybe a good thing, because maybe all the cats won't be T-posed. Oh, wait, I want the cats to be T-posed. I'll get back to you.
Pick. That's a good pick.
Back to Paul.
I'm gonna have to go with Stalker 2, which I wasn't even fully aware was coming out until very recently, like the last couple days recently. Stalker, the original, came out quite a while ago, based on a film that came out of Russia. I don't even know how to begin explaining it, but it's definitely been a big influence for people that like games like, say, Metro Last Light or Fallout. Like, it's in that same vein. And it looks like it's going to be good. I think there's definitely going to be a good amount of interest for Stalker 2, considering the fan base for the original Stalker. Hopefully it's good.
All right.
Yep.
So this has been a very long-awaited sequel for me. Something that I thought we would never get. But my fourth pick is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I was gonna pick that.
Very excited. It's probably my most anticipated RPG of next year, besides from Baldur's Gate fully coming out. But yeah, really like the first one. Really excited for the second one. I hope they do a really good job with it.
All right, back to Plugels.
All right. Well, I was gonna pick Hogwarts Legacy, and so since I can't, I'm gonna pick something that's, close, and that is Boyfriend Dungeon.
Come again?
Boyfriend Dungeon. If you've ever wanted to...
yes, I do know of Boyfriend Dungeon.
Yeah, it's like a dungeon crawler, and you have all these great weapons, but the weapons are also hunks. And date them in a dating simulator sort of thing, while flinging them at your enemies and all sorts of monsters and baddies. And I just found out about this game today, and I'm already in love.
It does look good. To be fair, it does look good.
Yeah.
And the swords are called the Bay Blades. So
Oh my god.
you already know.
Are you gonna let him rip?
I sure am, Paul.
They're already ripped.
All right.
Well, now he was funnier than me, so delete everything I just said. Make his voice sound like mine.
No. That was all excellent. So, all right, my next game. Who knows when the hell Elden Ring is coming out? That's not what I'm picking.
Oh,
But
Okay,
I think
was gonna say brave man.
very
I
brave.
think that critics are going to want another game that's going to kick their butts. So I'm picking Darkest Dungeon 2, The first definitely kicked my butt. I've never gotten anywhere near
I
beating it.
feel pain.
Where was that one of yours?
Oh no, I feel pain because Darkest Dungeon also kicked my butt.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. Very hard, very good. Definitely got to use your brain playing these games, and can't wait for the second one. And then my next pick on the way back. Getting down to the wire. I might have to slightly adjust from my indie likings right now, but still kind of a game that is being made by Housemarque Studio, who always make very action-packed, beautiful games. I feel like we don't know that much about this game yet.
I know what you're gonna say.
But it looks great, and Housemarque has never failed with some of their past games, like Resogun, probably the best launch game for the PS4. And so I think Returnal is going to be really good.
So too.
All right. Nick is back up.
All right, I'm also coming down to the wire, and also just found out that one of my games is not estimated until next year, so we're going to go back into one that I think is also going to be another slam dunk, because when the PlayStation 5 was getting announced and everything, and they were showing all the games that were going to come out during the release window, this one really grabbed my attention. So I am going to pick Deathloop from Bethesda.
Nice.
And the way that game works, it seems... I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work exactly. I know it's a first-person shooter, and I know that the premise of it is that you're kind of stuck doing the same day over and over, and you're trying to assassinate about 5 people, I think, and your goal is to kill them all in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems kind of like Hades, where you have to keep trying over and over until you get it right, and then I guess working on your efficiency beyond that.
It sounds
But
like
there's-
Hades meets Outer Wilds, which is very interesting.
It kind of does, and I'm super into it. The game looks colorful and fun and funny, and there's also another assassin trying to kill you at the same time to make everything harder. So I'm really excited to play it.
Yeah, me too.
Is that me now?
No, Jason's up.
Jason next. Aha.
All right. So my next pick. This game was another one that went underneath my radar. It's about a girl who descended into hell to save her lover, which is also Norse themed. If you know what I'm talking about Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. The game's a hack and slash. It dealt with very much of mental illnesses with the character, Senua, and I'm very excited to see where they continue to go with her story.
Awesome. Paul is up.
All right. Well, since the last few games were all ones I was fairly interested in, I'm gonna have to double dip in the studio as soon as Fantasy League opens back up. Here we are.
Double dipping.
I'm double dipping in Amplitude Studio. I'm gonna have to say, see if it's even on here.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yes. So I said that Dungeon of the Endless was a game I very much appreciated, and they're making a game called Endless Dungeon, which I think will be interesting. Amplitude likes to take their Endless setting and make many different genres of games in the same setting with like a broad paintbrush of strategy in the background on it. And I think that this game has the potential to be a very good roguelike with that sort of the paint stroke of the Endless series on it. It looks different than their other games, so it's not retreading on any territory too much. I think the story will be interesting, the characters look very interesting, and the gameplay should be fun. I have no doubt about that. It kind of gives me Risk of Rain vibes, maybe not as intense or difficult as Risk of Rain, but that kind of a feeling comes from that game, and I think it'll be good.
Nice.
Oh, we're up to me. Okay,
Yep.
Here we go. Okay, so I feel like if I don't put this one, I will get some crap for it. I'm doing I'm playing. Hold on. Here we go. Bada bing. I'm picking Little Nightmares 2
How are you guys getting all of them?
You dirty.
because creepy and fun. I don't know, man. It's the first one was like really interesting, and especially when your girlfriend is like so into it, and you just kind of through osmosis are just like, yeah, that looks pretty sweet. I want to see when it comes out too. So there was that. And
Awesome. And then your last pick.
my last pick is going to be Evil Dead the game.
Nice.
Because when in the Game Awards, that was one of the few things, because we were all in chat together being like, wow, another zombie co-op shoot 'em game, whack. But then I saw that and I was like, that's everything I just said, except they're not zombies, they're deadites. It's different. And but
It's different, guys.
yeah, but if it plays anywhere, I'm sure it's going to play where you're going to have like the overdone blood and gore, and it's going to be funny, and I don't know, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, me too. All right, Paul's last pick.
Now, see, here's the problem. This year was very good on games to the point where I didn't look ahead to next year too much. Not much really excited me for next year, and the games I've said have been pretty much it. However, I'm going to give a hesitant pick on something. This is a game that I don't think I'm going to love too much, but I have a feeling that people in general will appreciate this game. It's Back for Blood, made by Turtle Rock. They made Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, which of course is why people have been freaking out about it. This is definitely a game that people are very hyped for.
Nobody knows what you're talking about. But it's
you do, and it
hilarious.
makes your
Just
skin
know that it's
crawl.
hilarious. I was talking to Mike, but yeah, Paul, continue.
No. Back for Blood, though. I think that people will generally enjoy it. I wasn't too excited from the trailer. The trailer didn't really get me, and I'm not sure how I feel about sort of the mix of serious tones and quippy characters, but I think overall it looks like, mechanically speaking, it's going to be very sound. It's going to take the Left 4 Dead formula and then add on some things like Vermintide has done, where there's more replayability, and you can mess around with different features, customability in the game as far as what you can do between rounds. I think it'll end up being at least mechanically good, and people in general will enjoy it, speedrun it, and so on and so forth. It'll be good.
Yeah. All right, Jason's last pick.
So, again, I'm surprised this game is still up for grabs. This game is one of my favorite RPGs of all time. And it's also one of my favorite stories of all time to any game. The company itself is going through a rough patch, but this game took us to space. This game made us fight giant space squids. And I'm very excited about... Oh, it says it's ineligible. Never mind, I take back everything I just said.
This is why you look him up first.
That's weird. Why is it ineligible? Does it
Yeah,
say
I don't
why?
know.
Very
believe me-
touching speech, though.
Thank you. Because, it's a remaster tag. Not allowed to choose remasters, guys.
Oh, what was it?
Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick Mass Effect 4.
No, I don't
I
think
was
it's coming out for a while.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm
You
not.
mean Andromeda?
No, God, Jesus. Please not Andromeda.
No,
No,
no
I gotta think.
Don't worry, Charlie. Can you just put up a picture of the default female character from Mass Effect Andromeda while Jason's picking
Oh
this
god.
game? I think that.
Did I even
Um,
do that to these poor viewers?
alright.
Like,
All right, I'm taking a risk.
oh,
So-
he's doing it.
This is I'm usually not a big horror fan in video games unless it was like Dead Space. However, Resident Evil Biohazard was a fan favorite of mine. I really liked how they did horror in that game from a first person's perspective. And I think the next one that's a sequel to Biohazard will also be great. It is Resident Evil Village.
Nice. That was going to be my next one if you didn't pick it. It's a good
I was
one.
thinking about it too.
All right. Your last pick, Nick.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give an honorable mention to who was supposed to be my 6th pick on this list, and that was going to be Persona 5 Strikers, because that felt like a safe bet. Already has an established fan base, knew it was gonna be good no matter what, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick the one that was going to be my counter pick until I learn that other rule. And so I'm gonna pick Lord of the Rings Golem.
Good for you.
Because, out of anybody in Middle Earth, who did you really, really need to know more about?
What did Golem do between Hobbit and Lord of the Rings?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Question, and I don't think you're gonna find out in this game.
Oh.
It is a stealth game to make things worse. And if the YouTube comments are any indicator, this one's either going to be a hard 0 or everybody's going to love it everywhere. So I'm taking the chance on her.
All right. Nice.
It could go into the negatives. Keep in mind, if it goes in the negatives, we're back. It's good again.
I'm into it. I'm ready.
Okay, so sticking with the indie theme, a follow-up game from a beloved developer who kind of made the walking simulator, as it is lovingly referred to as, popular. Their next game, Open Roads by Fulbright. They made Gone Home and Tacoma before this, and don't know much about Open Roads except that the art style is beautiful, and it is starring Kerry Russell and Caitlin Dever. So the studio, the talent, everything's lining up. Should be awesome. And there we have it. All right. So now we all have to pick our counter picks. So we all have to pick one of the games that one of the other people chose, and we're picking it hoping that it is either bad, which will earn us points if it reviews under 70, or that it won't come out at all, which, you won't earn any points, but you won't lose any either. And it is actually Mike first to pick his counter pick.
Heck yeah. Cool. I know what I want to pick. All right, so draft counter pick. I'm picking... Oh, there it is. Back for Blood.
That's fair.
I didn't... When I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, this looks like a bad ripoff of Left 4 Dead. And I'm like, oh, it's Left 4 Dead. And I was like, this would have been like crazy hype in like 2009. Too bad. It's 11 years later, and it looks like they haven't done enough to make the game worth it. That's why I think it would rate under a 70. I don't think there's anything about it that where they're reinventing the wheel. I'm like, this looks exactly the same as what I remember playing in Left 4 Dead 2. I just don't think it's gonna do as well as they think it will.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, possible. Definitely.
That's entirely fair.
Thanks, guy.
I can actually, before I go into the next game, just because this was I ran out of things. So we're Back for Blood came in. I'm like, I don't know what comes out next year. Back for Blood. I'm also worried because Turtle Rock has had a very rough time in the 2010s with their games. They made Evolve, which didn't really live very long.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they had some. Did they make World War Z, that game?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know they made Mercenaries 2 back in the day.
Mercenaries 2 is good. Don't you talk bad about that
No,
game.
that's the only thing I know they did.
But I don't know. They definitely have lost their way a little bit, and I'm genuinely concerned about this game. Again, there's a lot of tonal inconsistencies with the visuals in the game. I'm not very interested in the characters yet, but I think that if the mechanics work right, that game's going to be good. However, as far as drafting games go, how do you draft?
So you do
counterpick?
draft
There we go.
counterpick?
Okay. All right. Let me. Oh, okay. I typed the letter L and it came up immediately. Lord of the Rings Golem. Because as much as I want to rip this game in half, for be it good or bad, I just want to see what happens. I feel like it's a train wreck in motion. The whole development of it, the idea of making a Golem-based stealth game, like.
Yeah, I think it looks horrible too. I almost picked that one.
Okay.
Thank you for not, because I would have been heartbroken if I didn't get to pick Lord of the Rings Gollum. I want this game to be as bad as humanly possible, and then I want to play it.
I just want to say, I think there's a chance it could be great. There's always a chance, and
Who's the devs?
I don't actually know. It's Amazon. Amazon
Oh.
has all the rights and everything, but it could be good. It could be good. It's one of those things where it's such a unique idea that it makes me think that at least the developers probably had an idea. You know, they were like,
I think they had an idea.
Yeah, they had an idea, and they were like, "This is what we want to make."
I think
instead
their
of just
idea
another,
was, we've run out of things to milk from Lord of the Rings. What's Gollum up to right now?
Yeah, it's fair. They're making an MMO too. I almost said M&M-O. They're making an MMO as well, a new Lord of the Rings MMO, and I'm looking forward to that. But
we'll see how that
I'm just
goes.
saying,
Depending on how they do that could be interesting. Well, I'm surprised none of us picked that.
It's
all
not
right.
for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jason.
Right. Yeah, Jason.
So this game, as much as I love Ash Williams as a character,
oh no,
I do not think a co-op game with him is going to be good. So my counterpick is Evil Dead the game.
that's fair.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about it. We only saw a little snippet of gameplay at the Game Awards this year. And so I don't know what it's going to do. My other choice would have been Golem, but I'm kind of like with everyone else. It's kind of this game that's new and inventive. It could fall either way. There's no mid ground for the game, though, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. It's just either Golem's going to be a good and interesting game, or it's going to be a train wreck.
We riding the hype train, baby.
All right, Nick's counterpick.
All right, so I'm also going to dogpile on Mike's list. And I'm going to pick this game for two reasons, and only one of them is good. I'm going to pick God of War Ragnarok.
Ooh.
Now, hear me out.
Controversial.
I played the first game. I really liked it.
Full stop.
Honestly, yeah.
All right.
The only story reason I can think of that I might not like it is because it seems like Atreus is coming into the spotlight and he's going to be like a really big deal in this game, and I don't like that little dude. I just don't.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
Hot take.
Honestly, Kratos was right for yelling at him so much. I did not like him.
Did we get a hashtag Kratos is right?
Hashtag Kratos did nothing wrong.
Okay, I don't want to do this anymore. We're going to move on to the second reason. Mostly, I just don't think that game's coming out this year.
Yeah, I was going to
really
say.
don't.
Definitely agree.
I think, especially after seeing what Cyberpunk is going through, I think every single AAA game developer this year is going to take a step back and make sure that they are not going to fall into that same
Nicholas,
situation.
I hope you're right. I really do.
As do I. I mean, if it means that I have to wait another year for God of War, which is fair, I would rather it be polished than be getting dumped all over for the next month after it comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can't see another Cyberpunk happening.
Yeah,
this soon,
especially from them.
Yeah, especially from them. That's again a good point.
But also, Nick, poop on you. You like Psychonauts, and I was gonna pick that one. So if I had another counter pick, it'd be yours. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. I agree. I second that. Hear ye.
All right, Charlie, what are you gonna say about my list?
Oh man,
Mike, if you want, we can go back. I'll pick your list too.
Real quick.
I still have to hit the button.
I thought Nick was gonna pick Stray because he's all about raccoons and these are cats, mortal enemies.
I mean, I too am a mortal enemy.
Again, Charlie, he said something funnier than me. I really need you to put that in as my thing and just pretend like he said silence.
Can we do deepfake voices yet?
We can.
Oh, we have the technology. We can
Yeah,
do it.
you ever see those things where it's like Donald Trump reads the Darth Plagueis thing?
I'm sorry, I only watch the ones where George Lucas smokes a joint with Harrison Ford and talks about Baby Yoda. That's the only one I saw.
Oh, okay.
That sounds better, to be fair.
All right.
Go ahead, Charlie.
So I'm between two. I just want to say everyone has picked really awesome games, and the two that I'm between are actually two that I was thinking I would possibly pick, depending on how things went. And it's really hard to pick between these two. The one that I'm not gonna pick, but was thinking about it, is I was possibly gonna counterpick Backbone, which I think looks awesome, but might just be a little too under the radar, and maybe, I mean, it looks awesome, but kind of like Mike was saying about Back 4 Blood, and even you, Jason, were saying we have seen games like that, so it could be kind of middle of the road. The other one that I'm picking, it has a higher chance of being either really great or really like a 4 out of 10. And Mike, I'm sorry, it's another one of your games, Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh wow.
All right.
I
Yeah,
did also.
I think
Why on Hogwarts Legacy though?
I think it's gonna be good. I just think there's a chance that it could be horrendous. So that's why I picked it.
Well,
It might not also come out. I don't know.
You want also my thoughts on that?
Sure.
If you look at like what Avalanche has done, it ain't a ton of like big things,
Mm-hmm.
and so I can understand that. And it's all like Disney projects, like Disney Infinity, Disney Infinity 2,
Hmm.
and 3.
No. This is coming out from the same guys that made Disney Infinity.
Yeah, that's worrying.
We're counting on them to revive the Harry Potter franchise.
Who else
God
will?
bless. I hope.
J.K. Rowling's digging it a grave.
No, didn't one of the actors from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, didn't they get the sack for being a terrible human being or something recently too? So they're not going to be making more of those movies anytime soon.
No, I think that was Johnny Depp.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
that's-
Another
that's-
another day.
Fantasy actor picks.
Yes. Yeah. That's our next video. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right.
Let's talk about Golem.
If we're gonna get into that conversation, we have to bring Erin in because she's very.
Before we end, I want to
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts on this?
One final thought about the counter picks. If Golem wasn't on that list and I couldn't pick my own game, Back 4 Blood, then I actually would have picked Vampire the Masquerade.
Mhm.
I've heard some troubling things from over there. They've had a rocky development cycle,
Mm-hmm.
and I am very, very hopeful that I'm wrong. But I have this inkling, this suspicion that something's gonna be a little messed up when that comes out. I don't know
Mhm.
what exactly. I don't know if they're gonna go through a crunch and have bug problems, but they might not release this year. After all this stuff
Mhm.
happened with Cyberpunk, I don't know if they're gonna release that this year because they seem to have been rushing that as fast as they could to get it out. But that might not happen now.
Yeah. Definitely.
I could see that happen. I'm surprised, Nick, you didn't choose one game since you were choosing the safest route, and that game was the new Pokemon Snap.
I thought about it. I also looked at Pokemon Unite, but I didn't really trust either of them to be stellar.
No,
Really? You don't? I feel like the nostalgia would get everyone for a Snap, at least.
That's true. That's really true. Because Pokemon Sword and Shields were like the best-selling games, I don't know, ever probably at this point. Despite how many people complained, people just buy Pokemon games.
Yes.
There's no stopping them, me included.
Yeah.
Jason, can we switch Back 4 Blood and Backbone? That way I can have the more esoteric game.
Sure.
Okay. Mentally we swapped. Okay. The deed is done.
All right. Any other final thoughts?
I'm gonna say I think Darkest Dungeon 2 is gonna be rated poorly because critics are little babies and don't know how to play games. They're gonna be like too
Yeah.
hard, 2 out of 10.
I'm
That
sorry,
does
that's
happen.
gonna be Cuphead because they can't get past the first second of the
Oh,
tutorial.
no.
Alright.
That
so
will happen.
That will happen. IGN's gonna be stuck there for an hour, like, how do I press up?
yeah.
All right.
Darkest
well,
Dungeon 2 is gonna be weird because I haven't seen anything like they have the silhouette of all the characters, and I don't see a new character, which that could be good or bad. I also don't know where they're gonna go from the first game.
if
The
I'm
first
being
game was
honest, I
such
have
a
not looked into it as like that much, but
Yeah.
with how good the first game is of what I've played and how much people love it, I just expect the same.
something has to change with the second game. If it was just the same game again, I don't think it would be very successful. But if they take that formula, expand upon it, maybe make the story a little different, maybe they don't make a Crimson Court DLC that makes it infinitely harder to play, and they don't focus on a PvP caravan thing towards the end of their development cycle, then I think they're gonna make a good game. It's just
Yeah.
I have a slight fear that
They have-
that game could have a hiccup as well.
They have experience now, more experience.
I
and
think they're a
they
very
came out and it was
experienced
good
dev team.
to begin
And
with. So.
They're probably some of the best Lovecraftian like game writers that I've seen, in the 2010s and 2000s.
Yeah, the
in
narrator
general.
is awesome.
The narrator is whoever they got for the narrator is a perfect voice actor. The story that they wrote was just great. Again, perfectly emulates Lovecraft's style of writing. So I definitely got to give them on that. They did a great job.
Yeah.
But I'm just worried for them with a sequel.
All right.
Might be hard to pull off.
Any other last minute thoughts before we close it out?
Returnal is a weird name. I was gonna
Yeah,
pick that.
horrible name. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's a great note to end on. Thank you guys for joining me. This was a lot of fun. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see what happens as the year goes on, how these games turn out, and who ends up taking the lead and whatnot. As you can see, we have a lot of spots open. Those are for bids throughout the year. As games are announced, we can grab them and add them to our list using a $100 amount that we all have and secretly bid on them. So we'll see what goes on throughout the year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Nick, Jason, Paul, Mike. You guys were awesome.
Weehoo.
And so please subscribe to help my channel grow and see what I make next. I've been Shimshazar, aka Charlie, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.